And up at the start for the Prince Philip, it is Sir William Perkins School versus Headington School, who have such a record in this event, such a record in junior women's rowing. And Sir William Perkins School are going to give their all to test Headington.
Headington have been the sort of giants of junior women rowing as long as I can remember, and I remember before they had junior women's events at Henley Royal Regatta and I was a junior rower, they were always sort of banging the drum, come on, let us have a women's junior event, let us have a women's junior event, but it actually then took a while before they won one, but they've been doing so well over recent years.
Yeah, they do have a record already in this event, and you can see them kind of leaping out ahead there, that Headington crew, coached by Ryan Domain, who's been at Headington for over 20 years, so incredible experience of junior women's rowing, and someone who, you know, really is always interested in the latest sports science, the latest learning about women's health, about women's sport, which is of course such a huge growth area. And here we see Sir William Perkins School, Emily Michael at bow, Rosie Gurney at 2, Hannah Miller at 3, Elizabeth Robinson at 4, Isla Evans at 5, Carmela Spite at 6, Anna Staples at 7, Jasmine Irvin-Sellers at stroke, Cox by Florence Foster. And, you know, again, under a lot of pressure, but they'll be focusing in on their race, executing their best. They've had a great season. They've been competing. They've got quite a lot of experience. They've all raced at Henley at least once before in the William Perkins School. Such is the experience in that crew. But they have come up across a really impressive Headington School crew. And in a Duxbury at bow, Francesca Butters at 2, Isabel Jeans at 3, Sophie Heisman at 4, Lucy Pillar at 5, Selim Taywelder at 6, Ava Sartins at 7, Elena Yap at stroke, and Alex Gelling is coxing them and is in the under-19 GB trials process for coxing. And good luck to Alice with that. They won Henley Women's Regatta. They must have so many trophies. They must have a big trophy cabinet at Headington School.
Yeah, I think they've probably had to build another building for all the other trophies at Headington School. But looking down the crew list of Sir William Perkins, you can see, well, we can see that they're quite a young crew. There's a 15-year-old, four 16-year-olds, and the Cox is 14. So we're going to see a lot more of them over the next few years here at Henley Royal Regatta.
And that's important, isn't it, to have a young crew and build and have a sense. It's not all about today. It's about actually what you take from today into the next training session, the next year, into the winter, into the next season, what you hand on to the younger girls coming through. You want that sense of building a program, not just a single crew.
It doesn't happen in 1 year. It can't happen in 1 year, really. And, you know, all of this team will come back next year thinking, what have we learned from last year? Or how did that feel when we were down on Headington? How are we going to train next year to make sure that that doesn't happen again?
So we've also got Christopher Herms, who's coaching as part of that incredible program at Headington School, and we can see there that they have the experience, the standard of that blade work is really impressive each stroke. Again, not overburying the blades, good length, there's relaxation which you can have when you're ahead, that helps you to stay synchronized, that helps you to tune into your cox. And Alice Gelling, experienced cox with great ambitions, is, you know, again, going to be wanting to get the most out of her crew, setting them up. You know, they'll be thinking about what we do today to help us tomorrow. What sort of things do you think she'll be calling to them?
So I think the sort of things, for what you can see they're doing really well is that they are preparing their blades. They are ready to take the catch of the stroke quite early. You can see as their hands go over the rigor of the person in front, they're squaring those blades up, getting them ready for a nice clean catch. And I think the Cox will be saying, right, whatever their technical things they are focusing on, I don't know what those are, but whatever they are, let's think about that now. Today is still another chance to get better.
So a racing plan is typically a mix, isn't it, of technical elements, so perhaps how your blades are entering the water, how you're accelerating them, how you're leaving the water together, those two key timing points, the relaxation, the in between each stroke, and a set of motivational calls as well. Now, if you're up, that's less of a problem, but you know, for that crew behind, they need to go as fast as they can. And Florence Foster, 14 years of age, on her second time at Henley Royal Regatta, will be urging on her crew to deliver their best race.
And she must be mature beyond her years as well to be able to command a bunch of older teammates, to be able to sort of motivate them and cajole them and keep them motivated for this last bit of the race when it's looking tough.
we can see them, they look really focused in, they're working together, you can see good synchronicity there, maybe just a little lacking in power, a little finesse around the edges, but absolutely following each stroke down the track, putting in the pushes, following the race plan they've been set, that they were reporting back to Natalie Holden afterwards about what happened in the race, learning it, reviewing it, and whether you race tomorrow or you're back training in September, yeah, there's always learning at the end of a race.
There's always learning, and what I'm really hoping in the Headington School boat right now is that they're enjoying it. It's not very often you get to even race, especially not somewhere like this where it's beautiful with huge crowds. It's even less often that you're winning. And one thing I used to say in my cruise, you know, I had the fortune to race lots of times at Henley Royal Regatta, and if we were winning, I'd sometimes say to the guys in the last little bit, have a quick smile, because you don't get this very often. Please enjoy it. Take
it when you can. I mean, Sir William Perkins School, it's the only school to qualify both girls quad and the 8 at the last 3 editions of Henley Royal, 23, 24, 25. I mean, they're building something really impressive. Over recent years, they've had rowers competing and winning international medals for Great Britain and England at the under-19 and the under-16 level, you know, as well as coming to Henley Women's and Henley Royal Regatta. So there's a real sense of a programme building there, and this will be part of that for them as they give their all. We see the back there of Amelie Michael, who is doing her best, keeping up and, you know, leading the bows of her boat, following every command that Florence gives them to see how fast they can go. But they will know that there is probably quite a gap to a very impressive Headington School crew who want to put down a marker for the event. They've got some tough competition. We've already seen some of that today. So Headington also need to make sure the video looks good when the opposition look at it tonight.
Yeah, well, exactly that. And at the same time, they want to finish and not look too tired, because they know the cameras are all on them. You know, you'd love to be able to finish and make it look like that wasn't hard work, even though, of course, it was. Yeah, the psychology is all important, but Headington School have been on top of that today and crossed the line first. Very impressive row. They are pleased. Their thoughts move to tomorrow, whereas Sir William Perkins School are fighting in every stroke. The last oars, the last strokes called by Florence Foster as they cross the line. And it is a win for Headington School, beats Sir William Perkins School in this heat of the Prince Philip Challenge Trophy. And I am handing you over into the incredible, legendary hands of Martin Cross. Thank you all.